Let's turn to the GDP numbers. It came out at 3%.
3%.
It had been 2.8%, revised to 3%, higher than expected. It was supposed to be 2.7%.
Exactly. Economists were looking for 2.7. So it's a nice number. It shows that the economy grew a little bit more than people were expecting at the end of 2011. Consumer spending was better than initially thought also, so that's a good sign for the economy. Dow futures, the stock futures reacted to it up a little bit. Not much of a reaction, but you do see the Dow futures, which were flatter, now about 25 points. So if we're looking for a modest open here. We're coming off of closing above 13,000 on the Dow for the first time since May 2008. So things are looking a little bit upbeat this morning.
First of all, also happy Leap Day to both of you.
Yes.
Steve, you pointed out some interesting kind of history
Leap
about
Day statistics.
Leap Day
We
statistics.
do have.
Right?
We can get statistics on anything.
I'm not sure it's worth staying up all night to get the Leap Day statistics.
Well, tell us a little bit about these
for
Leap
what
Day
it's worth,
statistics.
10 out of the last 16 leap days dating back to 1945, the market has been down. I know that you are just ready to rip this number apart.
No.
I mean,
sure,
you don't like statistics,
it's just
Evan?
No, I love statistics. It's just, I'm a little dubious about reading into, too much into any given data set.
Exactly. And so, I mean, it's just something to point out about this day. But, I think what's interesting, we have more data coming out later today. We have a Chicago manufacturing report. We have Bernanke testifying. We have the Fed Beige Book at 2 o'clock. So a lot to digest. But right now, I mean, it's the same old story for markets. We're just chugging higher. There really isn't any catalyst for people to sell right now. It just seems like the tone is more upbeat. You have obviously the news out of Europe with the LTRO. That's the long-term refinancing operation.
He's going to explain that in detail for the rest of the show.
For the rest of the show, LTRO. I know it's a little jargony, but tell us a little bit about what the impact of so far what we've seen with this second sort of LTRO. We'll call it injection into the European
right.
economy.
So basically, banks are now the ECB is lending to banks and basically saying, it's just flooding the market with more liquidity, and that's the key thing here. And so the banks, it's essentially backstopping the banks, you could say. And so the market is reacting positively to it for now. We'll see though. It's a double-edged sword.
I think the most relevant thing today, but besides the LTRO and all the data and all Leap Day,
What's more relevant than Leap
Jeanette
Day?
Newman and Evan Newmark together. Besides all these very relevant things, it's the end of the month.
Right.
And you have a lot of fund managers. They want to show, they're not, you have either one of two things. You can either have some fund managers kind of locking in good profits after the first two, good months of the year, or you'll see basically them buying so that at the end of the month when customers get their statements, they go, oh, he's doing such a great job. He's only lagging the indices by 200 basis points.
It's a great point because, I mean, the indexes are up. The Dow is up about 6-7% this year.
The
S&P is even
up
more
over
than that.
9%.
And the NASDAQ is up over 13%. So you're right. There are a lot of fund managers that are looking at this and saying, uh-oh, wait a minute. I'm a professional money manager, and I am way below what the market is doing right now.
And Steve, what about earnings today? We have, I know that you're a card-carrying member of Costco. Costco reports earnings today, right?
Right, and that report looked a little bit better than expected. We also had First Solar, which wasn't so hot.
That's the entire industry built on government subsidies. But I won't get into that.
Tell us what you really think.
You don't want me to go into that. You really don't.